Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means of course some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then of course the best way to do so is by joining said Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. For those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat? You click on that and you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. We'll set ourselves to our defaults, but let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today, as I will jump into Discord so that I am now ready to go. Alright. And thank you, Core, for the sub. Appreciate the support. How are you doing? How is everybody today? Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, that's one way to get us started. Now, see, Edgy Shrek, you gotta wait until we at least get the people in. You have to at least wait until we get the people in. Then you've trapped them. Now, you see, the problem is you've established the all saps, and we find ourselves trying to get someone in who is willing to submit to such a devious request. Core is volunteering as tribute. Lilac, we had an all saps request immediately, before we even had anyone in to start things off. Right? And that's what I was saying, you know, maybe, oftentimes I phrase it as, you know, maybe it makes sense to get people in before we start throwing out our requests, just in case. And, you know, this is the theoretical reason why. Because, not that there's anything wrong with triple... Well, there technically is something wrong with 100% saps. If we do not take cursed talismans, the game will crash. Alright, Camilo, are you in? Are you up for this challenge? This one is not for the faint of heart. Camilo is in. And it looks like Core is as well. Alright. Very brave souls we have here. Taking on this triple sap request from Edgy Shrek. Alright, let me get you guys an invite then. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, we did technically need to take at least one of the specific cursed talismans. That is the only way that you can use a triple sap versus triple sap showdown without having the game crash. However, Honora is saying, never mind the one cursed talisman. No, we're going all in. 100% cursed talismans for both players. Core says, alright, it's over. And don't forget the dirty deal. Let me throw that in. Camilo, I'm not immediately seeing you on Steam here. Let's check. There we go. Perfect. Okay. There you are.
It might not be a big deal, Liz, but I just want to inform you that you do have a controller plugged in. Which could affect things.
There we go. It is no longer plugged in.
Yeah, Camila, I don't know if he's going to be on the controller or...
Oh, true. Okay. Alright, so we have Dirty Deal. We have all cursed talismans. We have all saps. That is how we are getting started today. So, well, there is no warm-up. I think it is safe to say that. We are going straight into the deep end this time round. Alright, and let's just check. Looks like, Camilo, are you on keyboard mouse today?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. What are your preferred teams, you two? I'll start setting you guys up. Oh, let me make sure, Camilo, that you actually have controls. That'll be important.
You know what? Give me accusers, actually.
Oh, mixing it up a bit. Okay. What would you like, Camilo?
What Tempers? Why not?
Oh, both players mixing it up a bit. Okay, I'm glad I asked. Because my guess would not have been correct for either player. Okay, then we have Tempers and accusers. There we are. Okay, well, I would ask if you two are ready. I'm not sure if there is such a thing as being ready for a match like this, so I guess brace yourselves. And chat, grab your popcorn, because this one could be a while. All cursed talismans, all saps. Here we go.
Stand forth, exiles. You are gathered at the Ridge of Gold. At stake here in this rite is your salvation. Try not to let the pressure get to you. Tempers, stand ready. Accusers, stand prepared. Who shall strive for freedom?
Alright, so of course we know all the talismans, we know all the exiles. The only way that the players can customize things here will be their mastery setup. There are no requests for that. I suppose there is something to be said for the order in which they select the exiles, especially since some of those cursed talismans do come with significant downsides.
Make sure that the Black Claw sap does not have the Guardian sap one.
Yeah, that is true. Which is necessary in order to avoid that game-breaking...
Wait, what? I didn't understand.
The Black Claw talisman that makes it so you cannot place cast.
Alright.
When you equip that to a sap, make sure you don't take the left side masters, just full right side.
Alright.
Yeah, you're fine here. It's just for that one sap.
Sap.
Okay, so it's Black Heart in the first spot for Camilo. And I suppose you could read into which sap the players choose first, perhaps their favorite sap. And both players going with identical leads here, at least in terms of talisman and mastery setup. Palmas in Camilo's case and Manly on Core's side, but in terms of the actual mechanics of it, they were identical.
Imagine denying.
Oh wait, no, this is where.
Oh yeah,
right,
you can't take Guardian.
Yeah,
Oh.
hold on.
Oh,
I will intervene. Yeah, so when you're taking that talisman, you have to go 100% right side on the masteries.
what happened to the game, by the way?
He put the snuff on.
Yeah, I took the scribe
Just
stuff.
choose all right side, man.
Alright.
Yeah, there you go. It did look weird though. I'm with you. It was a little confusing.
Imagine not denying the existence of Manly Jr. This guy
Oh, that's true. Is that what Camilo just did? I think it is.
he just did.
No Manly Jr. today, at least not for Camilo. Core will get Manly Jr. though.
I would not admit my crimes.
It'll be Volfred on Core's side, it seems, who won't have the sapling.
Volfred.
So one sap who can't cast, which means in this case can't place the sapling. One sap who can't pick up the orb, and one sap who has a 50-50 chance of coming back as a howler who will have no aura. Those are the major aspects of the or at least the major downsides of the talismans, which are in many ways going to be the things that are most impactful here. So this could prove to be... Oh.
Liz, you need to change my controller.
Hold on. Let's try this. There we go.
Now I'm shifting forward.
Oh.
That's right, it's good.
Uh-oh. Wait a second. Maybe when he comes back from banishment, it'll be fine. No, it is not.
Stop it, though.
Maybe if it goes to the black hoof sap, it'll be fine.
Easy.
Alright, well then, let's see. What if let me try this. I'm gonna temporarily disable Camilo's side. Wait, what?
It's just following him.
Camilo doesn't even have controls active. You can see here, I've removed Camilo's controls.
It's the Pyre.
Yep. It's the ghost of Falcon Ron.
Oh my god.
Probably gonna be a different stage, but...
The Tempers shall
Ooh,
now
the
face
glade. Thematically fitting,
accusers.
but very small.
Does it work?
Okay. Is
Oh, now.
Camilo
Where
fine?
is my mouse?
Oh, I'm on the left side.
Oh, you switched teams?
Ah.
And Camilo
Yeah.
might still be doing the same thing?
Control nothing.
Wait, I just want to make sure. Is Camilo still stuck going forward?
I am doing nothing. I don't have my keyboard nor mouse in it, by the way.
Oh, right, I didn't re-enable it. Okay. Well
Okay,
then.
That's now we both control.
Yeah, we're both controlling the left side.
Well, that's
I think
interesting.
it was a mistake.
Core, I
Do
can
right, real quick.
restart it. I mean, I can try
Yeah, exit
just...
versus
Yeah.
exit versus.
Let's do this.
Thing, I think.
Oh my.
Cursed indeed.
Why did you do this to us, Anor? Blame Anor.
Alright, hold on.
Why
can
is
I-
there two controllers?
Oh, there's two controllers. Does it say that I have two controllers? No.
It does not.
This might have to be a reset Pyre angle.
Yeah, that's... Oh, hold on. Oh, no, but now it's...
I just unplugged. Is it one?
Oh, I think it's back.
Okay. I think we're okay. As long as it
Maybe.
works.
Possibly. Lilac, we had an extremely cursed match in which, well, we just ran into some technical difficulties with people controlling the wrong team or having exiles who kept moving forward no matter what.
We soon shall see who is the most deserving. Tempers stand ready. Accusers stand prepared.
And we'll see if it's any better now.
Now we shall get
Hope it
started.
is.
Fingers crossed.
Volfred.
So I think we saw both players lead or use their talismans in the same order last time. It's Blackheart first for both. That remains the case here. Oh, but it looks like we will see a Manly Jr. on Camilo's side this time round. Okay.
I saw my mistake.
I was wondering if he would change that. I mean, the thing is, you're saying that, Edgy Shrek, it's actually true, because we can only do this when we take the Black Hoof Cursed Talisman, or rather, the Black Claw Cursed Talisman. So, it is actually something that would usually break the game.
Manly.
What's up, Macaws? How's it going? Good to see you. We are checking, see if we have any technical difficulties here. I am noticing that the person on the right side is not moving much at all.
I'm controlling both left side.
Okay, hold on. This might be fixable just by changing which controller slot you are, Core.
Nope.
Okay, hold on. Let's try controller number 3. What about now?
Nope.
How about controller number 4?
No,
No, that just destroyed me.
that's a big description.
United in banishment.
Okay, please go back. Thank you. Okay. So we can't get the controls from Camilo because this is all Core.
I'm
Oh.
moving now.
No, I'm not. I can't move any.
Oh, this is Camilo, not Core.
Yep.
Okay. Can we try unplugging and replugging?
Yeah.
So much for vote.
Ow.
I am left side now. Can we do it in here? Okay, it says I have to.
It said double controller, so I don't think this is gonna work.
I think this is a crit pie.
Yep. I think we gotta reboot the game.
It's over.
Oh my god.
Because you are correct. Not only was it all saps, it was all saps, all cursed talismans.
All a Norse idea.
I think it was the control you had in place at the start.
Yeah, that might have thrown us off a bit, so the controller is now fully unplugged from the get-go. So that may help.
You haven't done a single ride yet. And the game
It's
is really
been
breaking.
well, we've just been thrown straight into the cursedness and the chaos. Okay, let's check that. I think that's the key question. Okay, that's encouraging. That seems to be working better this time. All right, let's try getting started now.
The time is nigh, exiles. Welcome to the Ridge of Gaul. Here, one of you may walk the path to glory. May further shame befall whomever.
Right, we're just
fails.
building anticipation this whole time.
Tempers stand prepared.
It's actually by design.
Accusers stand ready.
We're just trying to keep you on the edge of your seat.
Who shall
I think
conduct
everyone is at
the
the
rites?
pretty well.
Alright, so Blackheart, Manly.
Please, Core.
Followed by Blackheart, Manly. Because. Right, it is Palmus who is the saplingless one, at least for Camilo. And likewise for Core.
Volfred.
Okay.
Oh, Fred.
So I think identical setups across the board for both players. All saps, all cursed talismans. I think we are truly now ready to go here. And I know we were waiting a little bit to get this one started up, but buckle in, because we could be here for a while.
I'm faster in this thing.
Wait, what? Are you actually? That was pretty quick. That was, alarming.
Say the least.
Are the saps so slow that they become faster in that? I don't know. Have we unlocked a secret tech? There's a chance we have.
This is the use of the...
Hey, it's definitely fast! You can see how much faster Camilo is.
I can catch that, I swear.
From that range, apparently not, as Core gets us started with a 25 damage throw. Now, of course, once upon a time, triple sap or double sap with a third exile who can't pick up the orb used to be the recipe for getting the longest possible rites that we've seen. However, as of late, we've seen players get a little more accustomed to using the saps offensively, and ever since that dynamic has changed a bit, and now the sap rites are not nearly as slow as they used to be, so hard to say how this one is going to stack up in that regard, but there is a non-zero chance we could be here for quite a while. As what with the triple cursed talisman, it is a little more difficult, even with the saps, to manufacture that offense, because a lot of that offense we've seen as Camilo throws us in for 5 has come from things like taking throwing support talismans, or in some cases even just mobility, have both been ways to help the saps become a little bit more of an offensive factor. But without those types of talismans here, and having to rely more on just the basic sap skill set, can the players still get the job done here? Now, this is fundamental sap play right here, demonstrated by Camilo. You get that sapling set up within throwing range, giving you a relatively safe place to set up a sap and launch that long-range throw, because although it is slow, they do still have very good range. The sap's best base throwing range in the game. But with those exploding saplings, even within the sapling, your own sapling radius, it is still not necessarily a given that you will have enough time and space to get one of those throws off. Then, of course, you factor in the rekindling aspect, and both of our players likely have a significant second life bar, so that is another factor that extends the length of the rites. Core, oh, nearly got close enough to
We have too much
plunge.
stamina for our own good.
And the other factor that we often see in these triple sap, or at least double sap rites, is board control, arena control, becomes an important thing to bear in mind. Because with all those saplings, that means you can control a large portion of the arena by locking it down with all of your auras. And so if you can do that, cut your opponent off. Core throws it in here for 25, but if you can cut off large portions of the arena, you can make it significantly harder for your opponent to advance, or you can just outright control one section and potentially attack from that angle. Certainly possible to siege your opponent, as Camilo gets rid of all of Core's exiles, but with that that numbing gust, you don't really want to banish everyone. Sometimes you can get away and still find a method to score even with the numbing gust active if you have an exile with high base movement speed. You can still walk it in, but the saps with no blinking, unless they are right next to the Pyre, are going to find it quite difficult to get into the Pyre in that situation. Synchronized blinking is really something. There's a whole lot of blinking and a whole lot of sapling placement happening here. The Core nearly getting into throwing range there, but Camilo is not going to let that happen. Now, the Howler, although defensively may be a liability because it doesn't have any aura and therefore cannot banish anyone, it also can't cast, so it can't banish that way either. It does have higher movement speed. And in a match with all saps, with no talismans to improve their mobility, there could be a case to be made for using those Howlers offensively. Now, they also can't sprint or jump, so if there is a wall of sapling auras, then that may be an impenetrable area.
I almost pity what transpired there.
But it's not out of the question that the players might find a way to score with the Howler. I mean, I suppose of the various exiles who would be most able to score in a situation like that where Numbing Gust is active, it would be the Howler. It has the best movement speed. It doesn't have any skills, so it isn't really affected by the Numbing Gust. But still not sure if it would be quick enough to get the job done there. Depend a little bit on the circumstance. Core. Cut off.
Both replenished.
And so this is where you'll see a lot of just fighting for control over the orb and the arena, because it's really hard to get close to the opposing Pyre in a match like this. And even once you do, since the sap throw is so slow,
Banishment.
you might not have enough time to actually score, and then of course it takes even longer still to actually walk or blink into the Pyre for a plunge.
Now to the flame.
But for the most part, with those Howlers, I think we have seen both players just immediately sacrifice the Howlers, try to get those saps to come back in their usual tree form as quickly as possible. So no one taking their chances with an offensive Howler. Though I suppose, and that might just happen to be in part because when the Howlers have come out, they've been when the player has not had control of the orb. And a defensive Howler, of course, as I said, is completely useless. But offensively, it is possible to do something with them. So if the timing is right, maybe one of the players can make something happen. And Camilo does make something happen here, just enough time to get a 17 damage throw in there after a long stalemate in that round. So that is the name of the game when it comes to triple sap showdowns.
Let me score.
I don't know what scoring means.
And the arena can be a pretty big factor as well. We, of course, did switch a little bit between different arenas, but since you can control so much of the board with those sapling and sap auras, if you have a small arena, that just means...
Yes!
Oh, it is a Howler! And that means time for Camilo to throw that in for 25. He called it. But on the smaller arenas, where there's just less overall area, that means a higher percentage of the arena will likely be covered by all those auras, making it much harder to get through. Whereas for the larger arenas, Fall of Solium, for example, even with all the saps and saplings out, still would be some room to maneuver. In this case, the Ridge of Goal, it's just about middle of the road in every category you can possibly think of. And this is the situation where, oh, Camilo perhaps could have benefited from having a Howler. Core does get one here. Well, Camilo went for the blink, but still got banished.
We are in the slink.
And this is what I mean.
I could have used a Howler now.
If Camilo had a Howler there, he might have had enough time to do something. But with no blinks on the saps, if you have to go the full length of the arena, it is a painfully slow process. Well, Camilo had a Howler.
Oh, thank you. I fly now.
Well, everyone down on Camilo's side. No, he does. He does get
My
his
Howler
normal
fucked you.
sap back.
You're not so lucky.
Just four, and I have this round. I'm down 28. Just give me this round.
Players trying to negotiate.
Oh, that's the wrong.
What do we do now?
We will not stand for this kind of collusion.
How is he alive?
Camilo just juggling the ball in the middle there.
I know we had a lot of technical problems getting to this stage, but like, is this? Are we even playing?
Is it worth it?
I tried to warn you all.
A swift recovery.
Are you satisfied, Honor, now?
It was not Honor who made the sap request. Honor did the cursed talisman.
I think the curse is more.
Who's it?
Because we have two that are kind of useless. Two saps that are useless instead of one.
Combination of
Oh,
triple
that's
saps
smart.
and all cursed talismans is certainly a tough one to work with.
I have a defensive sap, and then I have a sap that doesn't do anything, and then I have one all-around sap.
Taylor would ask if that's isn't what all saps.
When I'm on my my black claw sap, all I want to do is
No. Fuck.
die.
Camilo almost had enough time for that throwing opportunity. Perhaps if he cut it a little bit short, might have been able to settle for less than the maximum.
Punishment for all.
Didn't manage to get it off. Oh, and Core comes back as a Howler.
I run now. I can run.
Camilo using that little puddle for the extra speed, but the puddle's gone now. No time for the throw. Oh, huge exploding sapling, but the orb lands in the sapling aura. Not a lot Camilo can do in this case.
Thank God. No. I tried.
And there is Camilo demonstrating the Howler cannot do anything defensively. In case anyone was wondering, what happens if you try to do something with the Howler?
Oh my God.
Oh, and Core
Easy.
able to get a 22 damage. Are we tied at 28 apiece? I think we are.
We are in
Fitting.
Accusers banished to the last.
Everyone down on Core's side. No Howler for Camilo, unfortunately.
Now go.
Camilo, I'm not sure he has that much range. Oh, but he might be close nough here. It'll take a while for Core to get anyone back,
This isn't that good for you, no?
but he
No, I
plunges.
don't care.
That means he's down a sap, and that might be the first
great,
plunge
thank
we've seen.
Once more.
You cannot do 30 damage in one core, so
Yeah, but I can get 25.
That was all of them.
Oh, is Camilo's closest exile the one who can't pick up the orb? Because that's unfortunate.
Yes.
He might have otherwise
You
had
moved my
time.
sap.
I saw that.
was, like,
That was a little
flying.
peculiar. And once again, Camilo. Well, maybe he can juggle the orb. He's going places. Just you wait. Oh, he almost had it. He almost had it.
You do.
No, I don't want to play with that.
Well, here's a Howler move from Core.
What
Down
is
goes the
this?
Howler.
He's my only offensive one. He's the only one who cannot pick up the orb.
Oh no.
Banished to the last.
Everyone down on Camilo's side. Core is slowed though by the numbing gust.
Banished one and all.
Now that is the situation Camilo is in, but Camilo always with his exile who can't pick up the orb, being the one that is closest to the orb. Not a situation he likes to find himself in unless he can continue to do this.
Accusers.
I can do something. I might.
How very sad for the
Everyone down for Camilo now. Core in possession, but with a lot of ground to cover. Not going to be able to do it quickly enough. At least not initially.
No.
Camilo
United
chased
in
down.
banishment.
I think my option is plunging even with the thing that Black Fruit there it is. They appreciate the support.
Core finally picks the orb back up. Oh, Camilo. An opportunity here. The orb right next to Core's Pyre. Blinks to the other side. He has the puddle to speed him up, but it's not enough. Nearly a scoring opportunity for Camilo there.
Get out of the way.
One that would have reduced all of Core's starting Pyre life, but of course we have not yet seen the rekindling on the second life bar for either player.
Oh, that's right, I have the...
Oh yeah, Core had the aura there.
I completely forgot that was the thing.
Same.
That is the upside of one of those talismans.
I don't like this.
We're starting to set up, or was starting to set up some saplings in some dangerous places. But now all those saplings are gone, and so are all of Core's exiles.
I'm gonna have to beat them this thing. And I'm not doing it.
Camilo. Vanished here. Core with a well-placed sapling. Opportunity perhaps for Core, but he's not quick enough on the throw.
Yes. No.
Oh, but Camilo once again betrayed by that talisman.
Unfortunate for the Tempers.
No, he has a setup.
The orb slipped from your clutches.
I cannot do
now.
nothing.
Trying to set up the long-range throw, and that orb might just barely be possible for him to pick up, but I am not sure that's an exile who can pick it up. I think that is still... Yup, the black hoof.
Run away. Oh my god, this is horrible.
Core.
At this season.
Well shielded. Has to retreat a little bit though.
Playing versus a keyboard player, versus Saps.
All banished.
Oh, with an opportunity here, Core. The Howler.
Oh no.
You can see how much of a difference that speed makes.
Jump
He hesitated
now.
just a little bit. If he had immediately switched to the Howler, might have had just enough time to do something there.
Alright, I'm done with this right. Assume viewers at home are too.
What are you talking about? We haven't set the record yet.
I'm not interested.
I don't need the fame.
You heard it here. Players not looking for that kind of glory. That is secondary.
That was the last of them.
Oh, Core does have the Howler. Can't pick up the orb with that exile though. Now the Howler back to being a liability, so he gets rid of it.
Why, that was all of them.
Now everyone down on Core's side.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, but that is once again Camilo's exile who cannot pick up the orb.
Come on, I get it.
Now Camilo shields, charges up the throw. Oh, but Core able to intercept. Wasn't sure if that was going to be unblockable from that range.
I couldn't salute. I couldn't cast.
You cannot do nothing if you didn't realize we're playing Sap.
True.
I know what was in
I figured out what I need to do actually. I need to do this. Stop doing that.
Punishment for
Everyone down on Camilo's end. Is Core quick enough here?
the orb is up.
You shouldn't plunge, that's about thinking.
The problem is you plunge with the actual sap you want to plunge. That's the worst part.
Remember, this is still the round in which Camilo is permanently down 1 exile after getting the plunge with Manly.
What does that tell you? What does that tell you, viewers?
This up is the best class. Yes, let me run. No.
One is useless, one is half useless, and the other one is useless 10% of the time.
Core unable to do anything with the Black Hoof Sap.
We got like 50 rekindling.
Oh, and
I mean,
Core
I still
nearly
have
got the
60
throw off there.
rekindling.
Players now realizing the life bars they see are not the only life bars we will have
you know
in this
what?
match.
I can't, dude, like, this is even worse than the 48-minute one, because in the 48-minute one...
Well, hold on! We have a breakthrough!
Yes, they broke because I let him.
What are you talking about?
I'm crying.
This is a purely competitive match. Surely both players are playing at 100% here and would never even consider letting their opponent score.
I'm sweating, my gosh.
I couldn't even imagine a player considering doing that.
The thing about the 48, the actual record, was they didn't have exploding saplings then, so like at least you had, at least you knew you couldn't do anything. But like this is like an illusion of doing nothing, because we're still able to banish each other.
Kind of.
So there's some conflict, but it's just not going anywhere.
Perhaps there's just a different angle strategically that you guys need to take here.
No.
No, okay,
As-
like the only thing is like using Guardian Shield, but that's not happening. It's too hard to do. It's too much effort.
Well, perhaps that extra effort is the difference between scoring and not scoring. As
You know what? I
Camilo,
appreciate it.
with time to throw, and this is Core's second life bar.
Oh, I messed up, guys. I messed up.
Oh, who could have seen that one coming?
Oh no, I messed up. Why are you banishing me? You're even bad at... He doesn't want to win either. What happens if we don't want to win?
What is
Inconceivable.
What is this one? Okay,
Oh, hold on.
I really don't want to this.
A Howler and a Dream. Oh, as Core with the Black Hoof Exile gets the plunge.
What did that?
It does mean that Core is now without an exile, but perhaps the one that he was most willing to sacrifice. I don't think Camilo has that kind of range. He does not.
I tried.
Succeed. How sad for the accusers.
Is Camilo close enough? Well, Core will get someone back in time to make the defensive play.
That's the wrong one.
The orbs
That's a
unclean
fucking hell.
again.
Then I grabbed
Halo.
It really is speedy. That is kind of funny.
Someone grasp the orb.
Now
Going
what?
down on Core's side.
Into the adversary's flame.
Camilo still, I don't believe in throwing range from there.
One triumvirate stands unopposed.
I can't grab it.
That's it.
This is,
Unfortunate.
Right,
Big
Definitely.
exploding sapling. Technically, this sap right now, Palmas is T-posing for Camilo.
Oh no.
Banishment.
Everyone down on Core's end, but a long way for Camilo to travel here. Perhaps an opening. He'll throw it in for 9, which is just enough damage that, well, Core could still withstand even a max damage hit from Camilo and survive with 1 Pyre life, as will be the case here.
You guys ready for the biggest comeback of the century?
Oh my god, it's coming, guys. This is the moment.
Yeah, this is the moment. This is the Michael Jordan moment.
I don't even have the thingy.
Almas. The throw. Core intercepts from behind the Pyre somehow.
We all know that's possible.
Only Palmas can do it.
Secret Palmas tech revealed.
Positively brutish.
I'm going. I need to do it with a black hoof. Allow me.
Okay. You can waddle it in.
Camilo trying to go all the way, juggling the ball
Alright.
with Black Hoof. The orb would not, well, the opposing sap would not cooperate. What is this? All the defensive saps have moved. Here is the Black Hoof sap, inching closer to the Pyre.
Please.
And yet, even when Camilo is standing on top of the Pyre directly, still cannot get the deciding plunge. I'm afraid it just wasn't meant to be.
This game is so funny.
And there it is.
G question mark.
I think we've had enough.
It's
Had
done.
enough taps for the whole night.
Oh yes.
End this night's proceedings.
How long have we been going for already?
Did anyone time that one?
Did anyone time?
I don't think we were up there with the longest rites ever, but it did start.
Probably
We
10
could
to
have
20
been.
minutes.
We could have.
Definitely more than
Wait.
10.
Who were too weak to keep going.
I think it was somewhere in the 20s, maybe.
Oh,
Mid-20s?
I'm gonna go for a bit and maybe I'll be right back.
Honora says she thinks it was about half an hour.
But
There's no way it was that long.
It was pretty long.
Okay.
All right. Well, how do we bounce back from a match like that?
Maybe just under 30 minutes.
Honora says we turn customize off.
No, we're enough with the requests. You're banned. You were banned from requesting tonight. If I get 3 snaps, I'm gonna blow my face.
Technically speaking, someone do the math. How many exiles are there? What's the probability of getting triple saps?
I want to think about it.
Oh, hold on. There might be more.
No.
There is.
I will take the boat. I will take the boat. I'm okay.
Actually, that match would have been something if it was in the boat. I don't know if faster or slower.
No, slower. With cursed, definitely slower.
Oh god. Fall of Solian.
Alright. Is there anything else we would like to do for this next one? Or would we like to go straight into the customize off on the boat? I don't know if the players are gonna know how other exiles work at this point. I think their brains are just exclusively thinking sap at this point in time. Everything else just is not going to compute.
Oh god.
Ron song again. Fair enough.
Hands are already hurt from that, right?
Comprehensible. This happens when you're playing controller.
Alright, well, I think we're ready. Let's do it. How many saps will we see in this customized off match? Randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans.
I was such a sweet, innocent child when I said I'd be down for the saps.
I was a little surprised by how quickly you volunteered.
We were different people back
Because
then.
I've had fun doing them before, but not with cursed outfits.
I'm afraid you will not see the exile selection screen on this occasion, what with it being customized off. Because we're going straight in. It's Harp, Worm, and Worm for Camilo. It is Demon Sap. and Kerr for core.
I do not have swap. That's sad. I do have the best comp for this map, Worm.
Oh, Titan Tooth? Wait,
That's not.
on Iggy? Is that who had that?
Yeah.
That is OP.
No, it's not. It's bad.
Well, if there's one class that Core knows how to use, it is the sap. He had quite a bit of practice.
On the boat too.
That actually was the arena where, at least at one point in time, we had our longest rite ever. Can't remember if it is currently the record holder or it might be number 2 at this point. As Camilo now plunges for 15. Oh, and has prayer beads. Wait, was that a throw or was that a plunge?
Okay. And I'm also stunned for some reason.
So I collided with you. Just took a while to get down.
Now to the flame.
Oh no.
Tabitha?
Oh no, that has Tiny Tooth.
That does indeed have Titan. That's true.
Here is the Titan Tooth Iggy,
Do you have
but
swap?
he is taken out.
I do not.
Tamitha throws, but that throw is intercepted. Whoa, that was quite the jump from Ruki. A little bit of boat magic assisting him there. There is the Titan Tooth.
I do not have Sunny Flame. That's sad.
Awfully hard to stop Iggy when he has that Titan Tooth.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
One more score, potentially all that Core would need here, but it is Camilo with this 12 damage throw. Good harp cast as well from Tamitha, as she's trying to take advantage of the boat magic. Iggy down. Tamitha back in possession, but blocked and banished here.
Freaking free fly.
Into the adversary's flame.
Deluge. Banished. As was Gilman. Oh, and Celestial Spike on Iggy as well, but Tamitha, unfazed, gets it back, and Harp pushes, nearly setting up the plunge. Deluge won it back, but Iggy has won it back for Core now. There's the Titan Tooth. Core checks for the Brazen Manor, has it, not that he needs it. But Iggy is stopped nonetheless. Tamitha again. Blocked. Core. Here is Iggy. There is the Titan Tooth stun. Might have had enough time to just go straight for the Pyre there. Gets a couple banishments. Iggy does, and now stuns the last of the defenders. Though Tamitha returns, sacrifices herself to the Titan Tooth, and Iggy finishes the job.
Okay, I'm done.
GG.
The scribes themselves stood by their side. The rite is ended.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back. I think
Right.
Camilo is all sapped out. So that means we're looking for someone to jump in and take Camilo's spot, if anyone is interested. In the meantime, we'll just set ourselves back here.
Since there's a lot of people wanting to get in, I'll jump out too.
Okay,
'Cause-
no worries. Thanks for stopping by, Core. Good to have you.
Yeah, well, it was okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I would have preferred some different rights, but it's okay.
Well. That is, that was
I
what
do
the
some
chat said
self-promo?
they wanted.
Can I do some self-promo real quick?
Would you like to talk about the tournament?
Yeah, after RITE NITE, there's gonna be a match, so people watching, look out for that.
All right. Well, we are looking for a couple people, and it looks like I think we have Lilac and Shrek were the first to volunteer, and then Mikos can be next in line, just based on the order of expression of interest. So let's get some of those invites out in that case. Oh, actually, hold on. Lilac, you're on keyboard mouse, right? Shrek, are you on keyboard mouse or are you on controller? That might be a factor if you're both keyboard mouse people. Oh, okay, this is actually a problem. Alright, well, Mikos, in that case, we will need to get Mikos in, because we cannot do keyboard mouse against keyboard mouse. So I suppose we cannot do Lilac against Shrek in that case. So let's use Mikos as our middleman here in that case. So Mikos, if you are still interested and available, come on down. And Lilac and Shrek will have one of you guys go now, and we'll have to have the other one go a little bit later.
You called and I answered.
Thank you for your flexibility, Mikos.
I can touch my toes and everything.
Fantastic. Just what we're looking for. All right. Well, I do think we're going to need to get either Lilac or Shrek out of here, unfortunately, because that is the nature of keyboard mouse against keyboard mouse for Steam Remote Play. Do either of you have a preference in terms of going now versus going in a little bit? Don't know if either of you have time constraints or anything like that. Shrek says you can drop. Okay, thank you for your flexibility, Shrek. In that case, I will get you out so that we can get Mikos in. Well, actually, that is still the... Is that still the page I want? Here we are. There we go. All right, invite should be on its way. Alright, so yeah, we'll go Lilac against Mikos here, and then we'll look to get Shrek in later. We just unfortunately can't do Lilac against Shrek, because they're both keyboard mouse, and Pyre can't do that. Okay, let me just make sure you guys have controls like so, and then maybe double check that the controls makes sense. Oh, I vaguely remember this being a thing, Edgy Shrek. Yes. I vaguely recall that being the case. Okay. Looks good to you, Lilac? Perfect. Okay. Do you guys have preference in terms of your triumvirates?
Go ahead and throw me on Essence tonight.
Ooh, okay.
Corin, Camila were playing their backups, so I'll join the club.
Okay. Dissidents for Lilac? Gotcha. Alright, let me set you two up over here real quick. This one is Lilac. This one. Because... Am I spelling this? Now I'm suddenly blanking out. Is that how you spell your name?
Close. The capital C should be a capital H.
Ooh. There we go.
It's like a regular Haas, but Scottish.
Gotcha. Okay. then, don't like when this is blocking the triumvirates, because then I have to remember which ones you said. Now it's much easier to know. Okay, so no longer are we tempers, no longer are we accusers, dissidents, essence, there we go. Alright. I think we are theoretically ready, unless there's anything request-wise we'd like to see. Of course, this will be the first match for both Lilac and McCoss today, so, well, normally I would say that maybe that means we should give them some time to warm up before we do anything crazy. However, before I got the chance to say that at the beginning of today's stream, we did the triple sap, triple curse talisman, so I don't know anymore what the standard is. Maybe best that we get this one started before, oh, hold on, before anyone gets any crazy requests, because we do get an exile request. It is for 100% worms.
The dissidents versus the essence.
All worms.
Welcome.
So, the triple sap
Who shall
request.
conduct the rites?
Uh-oh. Honor, don't you dare. The triple sap request was perhaps on one end of the spectrum in terms of pace of rite. The all worms request might be on the other end of the spectrum.
Sir
Saps
Gilman,
being slow, the worms being quick. Now, they don't deal that much damage per score unless the players look to increase it via talisman or mastery with C's chance, but I think we might have seen Lilac do just that. Core, that's not how that works.
it's a deluge.
Alright, so we'll see what approach the players choose to take here with their worms, and Lilac seems quite pleased with this triple worms request. I think we have seen Lilac go triple worms on at least one or two prior occasions. As for McCoss, I'm not sure what McCoss's thoughts are on the worms. We might be about to find out.
All I know is that my triumvirate is one to keep an eye on.
It's a
Okay.
deluge.
It's an eyeball joke. They have one eye.
Oh, oh dear.
Sir Gilman.
Alright. Get the exploding Gilman from McCoss. Lilac switching it up. The worm generic exile has more personality than the other generic exiles, Lady River. Well, that's because worms are objectively the best exiles. Going a legendary talisman for the extra jumping distance. And alright, here we go. Our first matchup between Lilac and McCoss for the day. And in fact, I'm not sure how much these two have played against each other in any circumstance. This might be their first matchup overall. Oh, and McCoss with the stunning claim gets the timing right. Had the only exile able to move, but the throw was slightly short wasn't quite able to capitalize on that opportunity. This throw does land, though.
Pyre is the first to
So
falter.
McCoss lands 15 damage there. And jumps over the defense and in for 15 this time. But with no prayer beads now means McCoss is delugeless. But with C's chance on Gilman, able to get 25 out of that throw. Zoxiana slander will not be tolerated. Well, once upon a time, Zoxiana was so much of a non-factor that she was referred to as Fred.
Seemingly unfair.
True story. Oh, and we see Lilac with a little bit of Infiniworms action here,
The orb quenched.
guiding Lilac to that 23 damage plunge. Glorious.
Now to the flame.
Gilman for McCoss goes down here, though.
A second wind.
But McCoss back with it. That throw slightly off target. Gets the rebound, though. The throw also a little bit off the mark.
In banishment.
But on this attempt, McCoss lands 14 on that throw. That means it's potentially three scores away from McCoss, depending on if there's any way to manufacture a little more damage, but partial damage throw there as well. Now, if McCoss has C's chance or extra damage on one of the talismans, it is possible, but base damage would not be enough to do it with just one score here.
Brazen.
Lilac,
An
blocked
interesting
here.
exchange.
McCoss does have a worm next to the Pyre. Lilac gets rid of that, but on this throw,
A blessing keeps
oh,
the fire
except
burning.
Lilac, sneaky there, getting the rekindling from the talisman slot, the right light, which means now Lilac able to potentially take 2 hits, or well, survive 1 hit, at least from a base damage worm. As we see here, 15 damage is not enough, so Lilac's still holding on. Triple sap probability would be about 1 in 20,000. We did see 1 sap from the customized off match, but we did not get the 1 in 20,000. 33 damage from Lilac on that plunge. Huge value between C's chance and the Kerfang. But at this point, McCoss just needs the 1. Just 1 score of just about any variety would do the trick. And there it is. GG.
GG.
Essence prevail. Their pyre burns whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
Alright, we'll head on back then. Yeah, Camilo's like, oh, thank goodness, it's only a 1 in 20,000 chance for us to get that triple sap against triple sap in, immediately after getting a request for it. Alright, well, as for this upcoming match, let us know if there are any particular requests we have in mind. That was all worms. Oh, that was just for one side to get triple saps. 2 sides, and that number suddenly gets far, far less likely. 1 in 20,000? I like those odds. What is this? No, this is actually a pretty common request. No. Core is coming in with the Exile and Talisman requests. See if he does something for the Masteries as well, but says, the players get to choose. Right, yeah, you'll excuse me for not knowing off the top of my head what 19,656 squared is. Alright, and then so the players are choosing their team composition, but Anor is requesting that Lilac get to choose the arena. No, Core. Lilac chooses the arena, McCoss chooses the song. Let us know if you two have any preferences.
Let's go with Moon Touched for the song, please.
Okay, Moon Touched will be the song. There we are. And Lilac... Oh, we're turning sermon intro back on. Okay. Oh, Lilac is putting us back at the boat. Okay, then. All right, well, we'll get this one started. The team compositions are up to the players, so we'll see how much they embrace the boat, and Lilac is all in, clearly. Oh, hold on. This is important. This is important. There's one other aspect. The Titan Stars have, in fact, been activated. One particular Titan Star, the most potent of all the Titan Stars.
The Titans.
We are, in fact, giving Mikos the extra brain cell. With great power comes great responsibility, Mikos. We are entrusting you with that extra brain cell.
Camilo knows I need it.
Oh no.
Stand forth, exiles. Welcome to the Hulk of Ores.
Oh, and Royal Viridian, thank you for the follow. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We're doing some multiplayer Pyre.
Try not to let the pressure get to you. Dissidents, stand ready. The Essence, stand prepared.
Sorry, I didn't catch that when it first happened.
Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, so yeah, the team composition, totally up to the players here. So we'll see to what extent they go for a boat-centric team. The Demons, at least most well understood to be the class that benefits from the boat magic. But there are a few underrated selections, I think. It's the obvious choice to go Speedy Demon here, but you have to respect it with the Speedy Jodariel. Mikos, however, goes in a very different direction here. Goes with a legendary talisman on Barker for the extra casting support. Much more defensive in that case. Then again, you know, we should not question Mikos, especially not when he has the extra brain cell. He is on a different... He is thinking in 5D chess right now. Lilac goes for the speed and extra starting Pyre life on Pamitha. Mikos goes for Prayer Beads on Messenger Imp, so more of an offensive imp, one would assume, with that talisman selection. Oh no, it is the most potent of all the Titan Stars. The only one with an IRL effect. Lilac goes for the legendary talisman on Tizo for the infinite stamina. Whereas Mikos goes quick throwing Headwind in the final spot. Alright, so we will see how this boat rite plays out, and there is the big cast from Barker we were talking about before. Now Mikos on the attack with Barker. He's the one doing the plunging now. Lilac did take extra starting Pyre life, so even after that plunge, still at 45. There is the big boat magic from Jody. Can she use that to facilitate a score? Is the key question. Back in possession here. There is the extra airtime, and it does help to set up this 30 damage plunge. But it does, however, mean no Jody in this round for Lilac. And room here for Lilac to follow up with a 20 damage harp plunge this time. But now it means no Pamitha in this round. There is the big defensive cast from Barker. But he was unable to finish the job. Lilac. Cut off here. Back with McCoss, but he stopped. Jody. Knocks back a defender. That sets up this plunge. Tizo first to the orb. Treats. Now making his move. And plunges in for the win.
The dissidents prevail. And what a crushing victory it was.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Alright, and let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to set up for the next one. Otherwise, we'll set ourselves back to our defaults. Oh, and Nor is immediately going back to turning the customize off. Randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Core is displeased, but Core is not playing in this match, so he is unaffected. No, Core. I know what you were going to say. Oh dear. We could still do an arena. We could still do a song. Hold on. You doubled up on the arena and song request last time, Core. Oh, are you trying to reference your highlighted message in which you requested that I ignore everything that Nor requests? Because that's not an actual request, Core. That doesn't count. Peace was nice while it lasted. I'm afraid there was never peace. Peace was never an option. Think of the poor players. The highlighted messages are not requests, okay? It's not the same. Edgy Shrek is putting us at the Glade this time. One of the smallest arenas. Alright, let's get started then.
The dissidents shall confront the
And let's see, for Lilac it is Demon, Cur, and Nomad. For McCoss it is Worm, Demon, and Sap. See what else we can learn about the masteries and talismans. As McCoss getting aggressive here. Does lose the Sap, and Lilac can bring back all the teammates. Using that Sacred Bond, stepping on the portraits.
someone there rose to the occasion.
Allows Lilac to be a little more aggressive. McCoss does have the exploding sapling. Oh, and Iggy temporarily slowed Lilac there, knocking Barker away, but did still recover in time to get in for the plunge. It means no Barker in this round. A little more room for McCoss to work with in what is usually a very small arena. And that's a 10 damage throw. We also learned Vanishing Throws from McCoss's Gilman. It's a little bit of a tough exile to make that work on because the throws, although they are very quick to release, they have a lot of airtime. So there is opportunity for the opposing team to get out of the way of that banishing throw. See how McCoss makes use of that. There is the sap throw with the great range. Range to spare on that occasion. Big banishing sapling play there from McCoss. That leaves just Barker, except there we see Barker bringing back everyone, but another huge exploding sapling. Offense versus defense, or at least casting against anti-casting. So the teams canceling each other out in some ways. Be interesting to see which setup proves to be superior on this occasion. McCoss wins it back with Deluge, sees chance active. If Gilman is quick. There's the banishing throw, and it does get rid of Headwind. And that means there's unexpected opportunity of sorts for McCoss there. Hesitated a bit, though. Now it's Lilac, who just barely, very nearly snuck through with Barker, but wasn't quite able to execute, get the plunge out of it. McCoss has it back. And with those banishing throws, Lilac needs to be careful. But Lilac does have it back, and very nearly made it in with Barker there. Oh, but is that an exploding Barker? Was that where that Vengeful Vow was coming from, or was that on Volfred for McCoss? Somebody exploded. Iggy, he goes down. I think it was probably Barker. I think you're right. There's the sap range. This time, actually, McCoss cutting it a little bit short there. 22 rather than the full 25 damage. But still good value. Lilac back in possession, though. Barker does just enough to speed away and has at least 2 jumps, if not 3. That helps set up that 20 damage plunge, but it does mean he is now gone in this round. Jody, has Celestial Spike. Worked out quite well for Lilac on that occasion. That means we have a couple of ways for players to get the banishing throws, at least one per side. Headwind, whoa, doing some hopscotch to great effect, and that sets up a Curfang plunge. So an extra 8 damage there, but it does mean that now Headwind is gone. Infernal Bloom on Iggy means he can potentially create a little bit of an explosion there when he lands the casts and might get extra banishment potential out of that. Barker brings back Jody, but then gets stopped. Yes, it is definitely a Barker with the Vengeful Vow. Oh, and I think McCoss was looking for that to be a throw. It ended up with the momentum, taking him in for a plunge, but 15 damage either way. It does, however, mean Gilman is now not in for this round, so McCoss will need to find a way to make it work with Iggy, and eventually, once he returns, Volfred. McCoss has had decent success with Volfred. I think that might be the primary scorer on McCoss's end with that ranged throw. Iggy, of course, trying to test that theory, see if he can manufacture some offense as well. Now back with Lilac. Barker is stopped. In fact, for a minute there, brief moment, McCoss was defenseless. But back with Iggy here. He's taken down. Headwind banished as well. Jody taken out by the exploding sapling. McCoss using those aggressively. Does he have this much range? It's close. He'll try. But Lilac is able to intercept, does lose 2 exiles though. But with them right next to each other, might be able to bring them back. And there's the banishing throw from Celestial Spike. Well timed and well placed on the exploding sapling. Volfred continuing to get the value out of that, as evidenced here. Oh, but Barker comes back quickly. Not quickly enough, though, to stop that 18 damage throw from Volfred.
Into the adversary's flame.
Celestial Spike goes through the shields.
I never.
Ooh, big explosion there from Barker.
Now to the flame.
Edwin can't hopscotch his way through this time. Gilman trying to loop around. And nearly did. Oh, threaded the needle there, but the throw was just a little bit off. Did get a banishment from it. But back with Lilac here. Using that Celestial Spike for banishments as well. Both players benefiting from those banishing throws. Gilman. For Macaws. Perhaps waiting for reinforcements. Oh, and Headwind just a little too eager to get the rebound there. Instead, got banished by the Shooting Star throw. Macaws inching closer. But Lilac wasn't going to let Volfred get too close.
Quite an exchange.
Here is Iggy. Knocks back one of the defenders, but Barker able to follow up with the banishment. Barker, though, banished soon thereafter. Causes throw on the mark here for 14. That means one score potentially all Macaws needs here if it comes from Iggy. Anyone else would come up short. Once again, Headwind nearly jumping his way to victory. At least way to it. The opposing Pyre. He was stopped then, and Macaws answers with a 14 damage throw. Now at this point, Macaws no longer needs to be picky. Just about anything would do. Maybe an especially quick throw might fall slightly short. But even Gilman does have enough damage. That throw is off the mark, except that it did get a banishment. Or exploding sapling plays. Volfred goes for the throw, but he's not quick enough. Exploding Barker, still a factor. And Macaws defenseless. Lilac hesitated a bit there, though, and wasn't able to do anything with that opportunity.
Good.
So now back with Macaws. Iggy and Gilman both moving forward. Iggy down, but Gilman
Flame is stricken.
falls 1 damage short. Lilac just barely holding on. Now at this point, certainly, Macaws will settle for any sort of damage. Doesn't matter who it is or how they score, plunge, throw, it doesn't matter at this point. Will it be Volfred, though? Not this time.
How very sad.
Headwind.
in essence.
Now Barker, for Lilac, avoids the exploding sapling and tried to speed off to the races, but wasn't quite quick enough to elude Volfred. And now Gilman, for Macaws, plunges in for the win.
The essence prevailed.
GG.
Thrust aside their adversaries without too much trouble.
Well played.
The rite is done.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And we are back to going from one extreme to the other. Either it's customize off or triple exile of one variety, or it is making sure that the players get to pick, as is now the case. Players pick the exiles, players pick the talismans. We will reactivate the sermon intro. You want me to give the sermon intro? Hold on. That's a little different. Trying to think if I even remember any of the lines that the voice uses for the sermon intros, other than just naming the specific triumvirates.
Or the voice lids. You create the words.
Oh dear. Alright, well,
Leave
we'll
us
turn
a
customize back
tapestry with your gripping vernacular.
on. Quickly, pull out the dictionary. Throw something together. Alright. Could just dub over the lines the voice uses, true. Well, the tricky thing is actually, yeah, if we don't press the sermon intro button, then it just takes us straight to the team setup. It doesn't give us the slow pan into the arena, which is usually when the game uses that time to give you that intro. Sermon sing-along. Could mute it. There must be a sound setting specifically. Oh no, not there. Options, music volume, voice volume. Well, like we could do that. Read the captions. I suppose there's that. Alright. Anything else we'd like for... And then let's actually turn the sermon intro on in that case. Needs to be Lids-esque. I don't really know what that means. Alright, but I think we may be good to go here. So let's hop in. Right on, exactly. Hear me, exiles! You heed the summons to the pit of Malith. Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land. Prevail and step closer to freedom. Dissidents, stand prepared. The Essence, stand ready. Now, let us begin. Alright, before we actually get started, we probably do want to turn the voice back on for the actual rite itself, but... What do we... I mean, we could do that now. We just go... Huzzah. Huzzah.
Fine evening, is it not?
Fine evening indeed! I did not even realize that was a line, but it might only exist when you do that, so... I guess I have not messed around with the voice volume all that much. Alright, Speedy Jody. That's how Lilac will start. I mean, that's true. You could always just mute the voice and exclusively read from those lines. As we get a quick throwing Dalbert from Macaws. Yeah, I think it may make sense, given how we had to hold off on getting Edgy Shrek in. It might make sense for us to make that switch soon so that we still have time for you to play some matches today, of course. So we get extra starting Pyre Life on Pamitha. So as we were saying, unfortunately we cannot do Lilac against Edgy Shrek. So either we would need to keep Macaws in as the controller player, or if there's anyone else who would like to swap in and be on controls, then we could do a double swap. But given how we had to delay getting Edgy Shrek in, I think it does make sense for us to make that change soon. So then Bertrude with the Legendary Talisman to cast through the barriers. Bertrude on both sides now, I suppose somewhat fitting for the arena. It's a speedy Bertrude in Lilac's case. And then Web Lanthorn on Tizo is the final choice for Macaws.
Now begin.
There is the cast through the barrier, or through the obstacle, already paying off for Macaws. But Bertrude taken out by none other than the opposing Bertrude. Here is Bertrude for Lilac. Had the speed, but oh,
In honor of
missed on the jump. Follows up though. The 20 damage plunge, Stubborn Flame, I believe, active for Macaws there, reducing Lilac's damage by 10. That can certainly add up, and it is a bit of a counter in a way, because Lilac took the extra starting Pyre life, so Macaws is using that against Lilac to immediately activate
all banners.
the Stubborn Flame, and everyone down on Lilac's side, at least initially. Oh, but recovers just in time with Pamitha. Here is Pamitha, blocked. Macaws back with it now, with Dalbert. His throw, though, is stopped, and Dalbert is banished. Jody for Lilac, blocked, but then gets rid of one of the defenders. And plunges next to the second. Once again, 20 rather than the usual 30 damage, courtesy of the Stubborn Flame from Macaws' Bertrude. Tizo for Macaws. Retreats. Gives it back to Dalbert. His throw lands this time, good for 15. But as we were saying, we did see Lilac take a lot of extra starting Pyre life. Between Jody's Mastery and Talisman as well. Ametha banished here. Now Macaws. Switching quite a bit. Hard to tell who the real attacker is going to be. Looked like it was ultimately Bertrude. She did go down. Now the other Bertrude nearly making it in, but Macaws able to get the stop, and now Lilac defenseless. Means time for a 30 damage Bertrude throw from Macaws. Macaws banishes one with Bertrude. Bertrude against Bertrude, and well, Bertrude wins, naturally. Dalbert for Macaws. Bit of wall bouncing shenanigans. Not enough to throw Lilac off, though. And Lilac also going with the wall bouncing shenanigans with Pamitha, but Macaws was not fooled. Bertrude against Bertrude again. Once again, Bertrude wins. Now it's Jody. She's stopped. Oh, and Macaws had Bertrude hanging out right near the Pyre. Had to cut the throw a little bit short, though, to get it off before getting banished. So 21 was the end number there. Lilac unable to avoid that cast, and now no one back to stop Macaws. Does he have enough on that throw? Just barely. So it lands for 30. Oh, and big double banishment for Macaws, and that means once again, time for a Bertrude throw, maximum damage Bertrude throw.
The dissidents seem to be falling behind.
Excuse me, voice.
Audacious, aren't we?
Oh, and Lilac with the quick counterattack, but Macaws quickly stopped it. And that meant no one was back defensively at that point, so time for 15 damage from a Dalbert throw. That means it is possible now for Macaws to finish it with one score. It would need to come from Bertrude, though. Here is Bertrude, and there it is.
The essence prevails.
GG.
The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right. Well, let's head on back, and in the interest of making sure we still have time to get at least one or two more people in
Right.
I think we may look to do a swap now, as we know Edgy Shrek would like to play some matches. Do we have anyone else who would like to get in as well, or is it just Edgy Shrek? JC just spectating today? No worries. Anor would like to hop in? Alright. In that case, I think it may make sense for us to do a double swap here. Get Anor and Edgy Shrek in. Yeah, I mean, it's getting late enough that I think it makes sense to do a double change so that we still have time for both of you guys to play. If that works on Lilac and Macaus's end. Good to get you both in. Thanks for stopping by. Had some good matches. Works for Lilac? Awesome. Macaus, does that work for you too?
Yeah, if anyone wants to get on now, I can hop off.
Alright, no worries. Thank you for stopping by. GG's. Alright, and in that case, let's get in Anor and Edgy Shrek. Oh, hold on. While we're waiting for them to get in, what was this clip? Oh, the sermon intro? Okay, sure. We'll see how it was. See how I did.
Hear me, exiles! You heed the summons to the pit of Malith. Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land. Prevail and step closer to freedom. Dissidents, stand prepared. The Essence, stand ready. Now, let us begin.
Alright, there's your Lids sermon intro. Alright. Well, let me get chat back up on this other screen. There we go. Okay. Did we get both Edgy Shrek and Anor in? Yeah, right, Core. Oh, let me make sure Edgy Shrek has controls. There we go. And then I may need to double check Edgy Shrek on the controls side just to make sure you're not gonna mute me, but I think we might be okay. I'm pretty sure whenever I restart Discord it gets, because it was Discord that was muting based on one of your key bindings, I think, and I'm pretty sure Discord resets that whenever I close and reopen it, and that was long enough ago that I'm pretty sure we might be okay now, but we'll see. Okay. And Shrek, do you have a preferred triumvirate? Beyonders for you? Alright. Let me set you guys up then. Forget, did we usually do Edgy Shrek or did we just do Shrek? Doesn't matter either way. Okay, now let's change your sigils. There we are. Never know how many other Shreks are out there, it's true. Okay, well let us know, chat, if there's anything we would like to see setup-wise for this match. Would be the first one for both Edgy Shrek and Anor today, so I would say maybe that means we should give them some time to warm up. Then again, that has not exactly been the direction we've gone in today. So Lilac says, alright, customize off. It's the only way to do it. Randomized Exiles Masteries and Talismans for both players. Won't even get to see what they are in advance, just gonna get thrown straight into the action. Well, actually, come to think of it, it is these two. If we were to point fingers, and I'm not saying that we ought to do that, well, these may be the two who set up the specific crazy match that we started off the right night with. So, you know, interpret that however you will. But I think we are good to go here. Yeah, then again, Anor is, does very often request customize off herself. Oh, we're on the boat, by the way, and I forgot to turn Sermonitor off.
You shall take part here in a glorious tradition. The stars themselves shall be your witnesses. Beyonders, stand ready. Prepare yourselves.
Okay, it is double harp and a savage for Shrek, and it is a sap, a nomad, and a cur for an... Oh, hold on. Is that working on both sides? Okay, good, good, good. Headwind. Blocked. And now banished. Shrek. Oh, has Black Hoof on Almer. Cannot pick up the orb with him. I mean, it's customized off. There's always seemingly a fairly high chance that we have at least one Cursed Talisman. Anor now with Manly. His throw is intercepted. Shrek back in possession. Banishments with Pamitha, and Pamitha sneaks past the last defender, setting up that 20 damage plunge. And Anor has Blackheart on, I think it was Headwind. So yes, both players have a Cursed Talisman. That was a dramatic cast from Shrek's Harp, but Anor able to plunge in here for 25 with her sap. But it does mean that Manly is now gone for this round, so a little bit more room for Shrek to work with. Especially after banishing the remaining exiles. Oh, but cuts the throw short there, just 8 damage. They should go with a triple cursed sap without masteries, except 50 rekindling. You know, maybe not. I'm just thinking maybe not.
There goes the harp.
Anor back in possession here with Dalbert, but he's blocked. Gets it back. Blocked again. Explosive Temper, okay, learning a little bit more about Dalbert here, so he's at least partially right side, and that does mean he has 20 damage when he plunges. He might be all right side, because he came back. He might have built-in prayer beads. Here is Dalbert. That does mean he has very few jumps, might only have the one. Not the usual mobility coming from the Cur spot on Anor's end. Definitely no lightning run in that case. Xoxiana. Also the intimidating Black Harp for the Beyonders. Which is very ghostly, very spooky. We just don't see it very often, though, because we don't have that many people who play the Beyonders nowadays. It is probably one of my preferred triumvirate color schemes, raiment color schemes. Manly was quick to maneuver around, but couldn't put the finishing touches on that play. Pamitha now for Shrek. Just enough to avoid that cast from Headwind, although does get blocked here from Dalbert. Then returns the favor, banishes Dalbert, gets the orb back. Blocked by Manly now, though. to Manly. Does Manly have nutrition stick? Come to think of it, it really looks like it. I was commenting about his mobility. It does seem like it's abnormally quick, or at least long distance, those blinks. Did see Anor with a howler there, making it harder for her to defend against that harp plunge from Shrek, and Shrek, let's see, I think still maxes out at 20 damage, unless there's some unexpected source of damage, but I think we would have seen it by now. So I think Shrek does still need 2. Oh, Typhoon Bottle. Slowing Anor down here. But able to plunge with Headwind for 20. Yeah, I probably should have realized earlier. That's definitely Nutrition Stick. Toxiana a little bit short of the target, but gets the orb back here. Can't quite make it in on that attempt either, though. Dalbert apparently does have double jump, so he's not full right side. But he does go all the way down for the built-in prayer beads, or at least it certainly seems like it.
Into the adversary's flame.
Oh, and there is the Nutrition Stick blink, and Anor, for getting a few scores here, now is 1 score away from any of the exiles, in fact. Shrek, though, quick with the harp, plunging for 20, and Anor dropping down to 2 now may have some rekindling with Manly. There's a chance she has a second life bar. Whereas for Shrek, it would have to come from a talisman, and I'm not sure that would be the case on this occasion, because we may have seen all of Shrek's talismans. We've seen a lot of them. We know of at least 2, if not all 3. Zoxiana. Patient here. But Anor does eventually get rid of Zoxiana. Typhoon Bottle, as everyone is down on Shrek's side, slows Anor, but does still advance with Headwind. Here he is. He's banished. Zoxiana. Blocked and banished. Dalbert. Oh, waits for the defender to fly past and nearly had the opening that Anor was looking for, but Shrek with a quick recovery. What might have been game-saving play. Manly now with the throw to seal the deal.
The Night Wings prevail. A victory so narrowly achieved.
GG, well played, you two. Camilo, the former SAP enjoyer. Oh dear. Oh, wait, Macoste, did you not see this? Oh dear. I'm afraid there was a very significant development at the beginning of today's RITE Night. Perhaps a scarring experience for Camilo. What a match. What's up, STF Wrinkle? How are you? That was that our first one between Shrek and Anor? I think it was, right? Let's turn the customize back on here. Sermon intro off, because I forgot to turn that off. Oh, okay, okay. I'm pretty sure that was the catalyst, yes. Fairly certain. Alright, well let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one between Edgy Shrek and Anor. We have a song request for Surviving Exile from Anor. Okay, so the song is locked in. Anything else we're looking for, or will that be it? Looks like that might be all. So, let's get this one started then. Oh, hold on. Hold on! This is important. Very significant move here. Because it was either about or it was Follisolium, because they both have a water sound effect. I didn't quite catch which one it was. It is, I believe, going to change that, though, now that we are activating the Titan Stars. But, oh, I suppose that is a request for the boat. So we will lock it in that way, one way or another. We might have been about to get a free boat. But now we know for sure.
The Titan Stars.
All right, once again. Well, actually, it's already active. The extra brain cell going to an ore this time.
The Beyonders shall take on the Night Wings. Welcome.
All right.
Who shall conduct the right?
Oh, we had the previous match was a boat, right? Doubling down on the boat here, it is a range-throwing stowaway as Macaus's lead. Oh dear. It's a prayer bead stowaway on Anor's side, so double stowaway lead, though different setups. Now, Meta Jodariel, that's Edgy Shrek's second selection. For a second there, it looked like Anor was about to take Jodariel as well. Opts for Brazing Manor, leeching Ignarius instead. As for whether that is only because Shrek took Jody and Anor was trying to go with something slightly different, that we may never know. Now, Typhoon Bottle on Volfred, so if everyone is banished on Shrek's side, then Anor will be unable to sprint, jump, throw, or use any other special abilities. And Anor will finish with a speedy Bertrude. Both players teleporting to the orb immediately with their stowaways and kind of canceling each other out in doing so. Here is the stowaway now for Shrek. And there is the throw, good for 15. Now the slightly staggered stowaway salute meant that Anor banished Shrek, but eventually both the stowaways went down. Jody trying to cause, or rather, Ignarius trying to cause some trouble for Anor and nearly made it in there, but the jump was a little bit off the mark. And that might be the most I've ever seen a crone affected by the boat magic. There is the quick throwing 30 damage from Shrek's Jody. Anor sets up the Brazen Manor, but it is Jody in possession. Oh, and that counted for Celestial Spike, it seemed. Stowaway has the range, and Shrek putting it to good use here. Once again, the stowaways cancel each other out. Jody, 29 damage on this occasion, ever so slightly less than the maximum, but one score potentially all that Shrek will need here, and that Celestial Spike is certainly doing work for Jody, setting up the winning plunge.
The Beyonders prevail.
GG.
They overwhelm their adversaries utterly.
Well played, you two.
The Rite is ended.
Is being a mouse player advantageous? It depends a little bit. There are certainly some exiles, some classes,
Until
I think namely the saps in particular, where it can make a pretty big difference. Alright. Alright, let's reset ourselves here. Yeah, not a huge difference maker. Unfortunately, there's also this strange dynamic where Pyre cannot have multiplayer with both players using keyboard mouse. We have to have at least one of the two people using a controller. So, for that reason, we kind of need to have at least a decent number of people on controller so that we don't find ourselves stuck. Alright, Lilac is turning Customize back off here. So randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans once again. That does cover for a lot of things. Anor says Edgy Shrek gets to choose the song. Shrek, do you have any preferences there? Don't pay any attention to the songs, don't really know them. Well... I pick? Alright. Let's see. In that case... Have we had a Thrash pack yet today? I'm not sure that we have. Maybe we go with that. Okay. Was just gonna request Thrash pack? Okay, well there we go. Let's do Thrash pack then. Alright, let's get this one started, in that case.
The Beyonders shall now
Okay, we
face
are at the spring. It is a sap, a harp, and a crone for Edgy Shrek. It is a worm, an imp, and a sap for Anor, and with the stunning claim, Anor freezes everyone. But Shrek still able to score, plunging for 25 here. And has prayer beads on Bertrude. That's pretty big. Anor has the team shield on Volfred, it looks like. Let's see what else we can learn about these teams. So Shrek now knows that... oh, and Web Lanthorn on... Who was that? Was that on Tizo for Anor? Do both players have an amazing talisman? I'm pretty sure that is Web Lanthorn Tizo. Both players with an amazing setup. An offensive Bertrude for Edgy Shrek. A defensive Tizo for Anor. The likes of which you would not usually see in Customize Off. That Black Hoof Cursed Talisman, though, now that is par for the course with Customize Off. So Customize Off giveth and also taketh away. But this is the exile that Shrek really wants to be scoring with, because Bertrude will come back even after plunging, as we see here. There is the Web Lanthorn on Tizo. Does not have the salute. Oh, Fairy Spirit on, I think that's Palmas? Who had that?
a stifled effort.
Bertrude again. Jumps in. And that's 30 damage on that plunge, and that means Anor dropped down to 15. Now, does have a sap, and therefore may very well have some rekindling. So, may find that one score is still insufficient for Shrek. Bertrude has been the key for Shrek, but taken out here. Ametha gets a few banishments. Lining up the cast.
'Tis taken.
But has the Black Hoof, so she can't really do much, at least not directly, of the offensive nature at least. Adds Bertrude's role, but Bertrude is blocked and banished. And, several of those moon drops lying around. They give infinite stamina for a little while to whoever picks them up, and Hamatha did just pick one of them up, but she goes down.
The orb is taken.
Bertrude. Back to Palmas, and Bertrude again. Nor trying to lock Shrek in with that sap and sapling aura. Well shielded on Volfred. Does so again here. Eventually wins the orb back, sacrificing himself to give it up to Tizo. He gives it to Deluge, who is now suddenly a little lonely. Tries to use the stunning claim and does get it off in time to make Volfred the only exile able to move, at least for a few seconds, but Volfred typically not the best exile for that situation, as he's maybe not the speediest, and in that limited time, can't do that much offensively, at least not enough to make it all the way up for a score.
Comical.
Deluge. There is still a moon drop to whoever would like to claim it. And Anor does. Gets a banishment or two. But Shrek able to fend off Deluge. Now Bertrude once more. Here she comes. There is the plunge, and there is the rekindling. It is 10. So Nora is holding on, but at this point, just about anything would do for edgy Shrek.
That's it.
Bertrude. And now those saps do have long-range throws, but I don't think it was long enough on that occasion. Opening here perhaps for Anor. Oh, but quick recovery from edgy Shrek. Maybe now, opportunity for Anor, and she goes for the plunge with her worm. With Seize Chance active, it's 25 damage, but it does mean that there is now no Deluge in this round. Volfred for Anor. Use the portal. And can use the moon drop for an infinite shield if she wants to use it, but the duration of that moon drop is not infinite. So eventually the shield did wear off. Now a bit of a standoff as Anor wants to go through the portal, but Shrek is covering the portal.
Now go.
Anor moving in with Volfred. Back to Tizo. Tizo taken out, but not before getting it back to Volfred. Banishes Bertrude. Blinks away, at least momentarily, from Hamatha. Or through the portal. Now moves the portal a little bit closer. But Shrek back in possession here. It is Bertrude. She has been dangerous, but she's blocked this time. Anor bulldozes through with Tizo, setting up his 15 damage plunge, but now he's gone, and that has been a very important defensive piece for Anor. Without him, will Shrek find more room? Yes! Bertrude plunges for the win.
And such a well-conducted victory it was.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. We'll, at the very least, set ourselves back here to the defaults. Knights of the Sea for the song, okay. Song locked in. Anything else we'd like for this next one? Or will that be it? seems like that might be all. So let's hop back in.
The Beyonders shall
And
take
we are at
on
what I believe to be Anor's favorite arena,
Welcome.
the book.
Who shall conduct the rites? Take
Distance throws for the stowaway. Titan Tooth for Pamitha. Is that only 3 masteries? I think it was. It was. We could restart if you guys want, or Anor, you could just take 3 masteries on this exile if that works. Okay, Shrek is asking that we restart. No worries, I think that's fair. Fair enough. We can lock in book if you'd like, just to confirm that arena, which I'm sure is exactly what Anor wants to see.
the Beyonders shall now face the Nightwings. Welcome.
I thought I was kidding.
Who shall conduct?
I thought I remembered Anor saying the book was her least favorite arena. Shrek seems to actually like the book. However, maybe I was wrong, because Anor is now saying book good. I don't know, is she just messing with me? I was messing with her, so I suppose that would be fair.
Pamitha.
There's the 3 masteries now on Volfred. Rather, 4 masteries, I should say. You're good, it's 4. Don't worry, you're good. It's not 3 anymore. Alright, Speedy Jodariel for Anor. Ooh, Brazen Manor. Quick throw, Celestial Spike, Jodariel. Not quite the meta setup, because you usually wouldn't take Brazen Manor in that. But it's a little more ambitious from Shrek. And Web Lanthorn Tizo in the last spot for Anor. Jody banishes the opposing Jody. Everyone down, in fact, on Shrek's side, but with the Typhoon Bottle, I think it was, rather than the Numbing Gust, slowing Anor down, buying enough time for Shrek to get the exiles back. Here's the stowaway. She was going for that range throw, but not quick enough. Jody, for Anor, able to plunge in here to get us started.
Now then.
Anor trying to stall as long as possible, as Jody is gone for good, at least in this round, and now Pamitha makes her return. Shrek. The throw is intercepted, and Anor can go through that portal, not that it will take her far. Switches in to Tizo. Now has a much more dangerous portal. Uses that, and that sets up this 20 damage score. And there is the snipe that Shrek was looking for. 16 damage there from the stowaway. Anor quick with Pamitha, but quick to go down as well. Jody, however, does make it in, and that's worth more damage, so Anor will take that. It does mean no Jody in this round, but it does mean that is enough to at least eliminate the starting life bar with that Pamitha plunge, but 50 rekindling for Shrek. Stowaway. She's stopped. Here is the Typhoon Bottle activating once more. And Anor sets up a very dangerous portal. jumps through it, setting up Jody for a 30 damage plunge, and at this point, one score potentially all Nor might need, and that was nearly it just then with Pamitha. Not quite able to make it happen, though. Pamitha, back with it now. Round one, Defender, and in for the win.
The Nightwings prevail. They vastly outperformed their adversaries.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And it is starting to get a little late, so it may be time for us to do our penultimate rite. The last one in which we take any requests from chat before we go into the Liberation Rite, of course, for the final one. So let us know if there is anything we would like to see for this one. Oh, you want to swap out, Shrek? Alright. Do we have anyone else who would like to take Shrek's place? No worries. Good to have you. Thanks for stopping by. Camilo was interested in getting back in. Okay, let me first ask if there is anyone who has not yet played today who would like to get the chance to do so, because Camilo has already gone. I know. It was a scarring experience, Camilo. But as Phaler has not yet had the chance to play today, I think we ought to give Phaler the chance to get in for a couple of matches, if that's all right with you. True. If I were being especially tactful, I would not have Phaler come in. I would instead get Camilo in this last spot, for reasons that Core is alluding to here.
Tactical schmactical.
Whoa! That was either a lot of echo or background noise for you, Phaler. I'm not sure what that was. Scribe titles? I'm not sure what you're referring to. In Discord itself? Oh, that didn't sound good. Nor was that an intentional disconnection? No. Okay. Let me get you back then. Just a second? Okay, no worries. Oh, the subscriber badge. Yeah. That may be it. Yeah, let me know if... Weird? Okay, huh. I mean, I can send you another invite now if you're ready for it. I don't know if you're still trying to... Yes? Okay. Hopefully it's better now. Yeah, you might be referring to Discord. Okay, let me set you guys up since we now have Phaler in this spot. And he is not the Beyonders. He is playing as the Fate. Okay, so, I mean, I think given the time, it probably still does make sense for this to be our penultimate rite. So, if there is anything we would like to see between Phaler, and Anor, then let us know. This would be our last chance to make that happen, and then, of course, after that, we'll just have them take whatever they'd like for the Liberation Rite. Not seeing anything request-wise, though, so maybe we will, for once, keep it simple today. Oh, let me oh, well, yeah, was this intentional, Nor? Well, I mean, not that it matters anymore. Not that it matters anymore. Lilac has turned Customize off. Phaler, Anor has selected the song, or Anor has requested a song of your choosing. You may choose whatever song you would like.
I think I'll go Nightwing's Never to Return.
Oh. Giving us a preemptive. I mean, this is probably what we're going to have for the Liberation Rite, but, I mean, it's good. It is still good. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. The details on this Customize Off request are coming in, and it's not what we suspected it was. Instead, it is Customize Off for only one player, and that is technically still possible. And then Shrek says Phaler has to use 3 nomads. Okay. I guess, yeah, that does work. So it's a random team for Anor, whereas Phaler is locked in to 3 nomads. We'll see how those two aspects balance out. No tournament practicing strats. Alright, well, let's get this one started then.
The Fate versus...
Alright, we're at the Glade.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So for Phaler, it must be 3 nomads. The other aspects are up to him, though. Whereas Anor will likely get a variety of different classes, but won't have any control over what those are. Well,
Headwind.
Titan Tooth on Headwind for Phaler. It certainly feels like it, Shrek, but, I don't know if we can actually confirm one way or another. Might be more of a confirmation bias type thing, where it's just so noticeable when there is a cursed talisman that it feels like that is the case. Oh, Anor. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I guess it was the extra starting Pyre life that Phaler ended up with there. And here we go. So, we saw the Cursed Talisman on the harp for Anora. Did we see the setup for the other exiles? Well, it's a Cur with Rookie, and then Deluge, the worm, but there is the Black Hoof on the lead spot as well. That is just painful. But Anor, able to sneak around in between the defenders there for a 20 damage Rookie Plunge. He is now gone for this round. There is the Black Hoof taking effect, and does make matters awfully difficult for Anor. And Phaler now with an uncontested throwing opportunity for 20 damage and 10 leech. Snadra, banished here. Rookie, once again able to sneak through. Oh, and this is, isn't the Glade the place where you get only Tariq on the Never to Returns? Unexpectedly, I think we might have gotten that. As Phaler plunges for 20 with Snadra. Oh, and just barely avoids banishment with Lendl.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
Snadra down. Hamatha cannot pick up the orb, so it's back to Rookie, who goes under the defender with the reverse psychology that time. Hamatha with the banishments, make it 2. Can't do it all herself, and here comes Phaler. Oh, shoulder smashes the defender. Did lose the orb temporarily, but on the second attempt, plunges for the win.
The fate prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
All right. So let's head on back, and I think it's time.
Nomad bad.
Right.
I think it is time for our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So that means we will head over to the Fall of Solium. We'll turn that sermon intro on. We'll turn Customize back on. And then usually we would go Never to Return edition of the Player 2 Triumvirate, which would mean Nightwings. I don't know if we want to mix it up since we just had that last time. Right? Phaler after winning with 3 Nomads, Nomad bad. Right, do you want to switch it up this time, Anor? Given how we just had the Never to Return Nightwings? We'll go with Fate instead? Alright. I think that's understandable. Okay, so no requests from chat for this one, just gonna have both players taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. Let's go.
Welcome, exiles. You stand upon the fall of Solium. At stake here in this rite is your salvation. We soon shall see who is the most deserving. The Fate stand prepared. Nightwing stand ready. Who shall stand together here this night?
Alright, so this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So both players taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. And that is exactly what Phaler is doing here. Gareth setting even more trends here, so much so that Anor had to follow with her own Gareth. Now, Banishing Throw, Stowaway in the second spot for Phaler, so doubling down on the Savages. As does Anor with a Ninja Stowaway. Make it triple Savages. on Phaler's side with the Ninja Ulmer. And Anor answers with Triple Savage as well. So alright, here we go. Our final Rite of the Night, our Liberation Rite. Phaler on the left representing the Fate, Anor on the right representing the Nightwings. Best of luck to you both. And there it is.
Good game. Well played.
GG.
An outcome which left
Savage.
little room for
Good.
doubt.
Well played, you two.
Thus ends the Liberation Rite.
And as we were saying, that was our final Rite of the Night, our Liberation Rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today and everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. Alright, I am going to hop out of Discord, but I will catch you guys next time. And then I'll just make sure that both of them are free from remote play nonsense. There you go. Alright, let me just throw this screen on as well. Because as I was saying, that was our final Rite of the Night, our Liberation Rite, so thank you everybody who participated and everybody who gave us the requests as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights. My streaming schedule is Fridays, we are doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Sundays, obviously, Pyre multiplayer. And then squeezing in First Descendant streams whenever we have the time. Usually that means that's going to be on a weekday. And then Lids Vids on YouTube as well. Posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. Also doing some Hades 2 and Helldivers 2 videos as well. And if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification for when I go live, and you can also follow me on Twitter at LidsVids. I post there when I go live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is my Discord server, which you can join by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.